Today we're talking about the co-op games from 2017. But first, let's see what else was happening in 2017. The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, Nier Automata, Resident Evil 7, What Remains of Edith Finch, Horizon Zero Dawn, Night in the Woods, Little Nightmares, Metroid: Samus Returns, the Xbox One X, the Nintendo Switch, and the Super Nintendo Classic. Now let's talk about some co-op games. Super Mario Odyssey was a return to Mario in the 3D world, and it's truly one of the best 3D platformers of all time. It introduces a novel couch co-op mode where one player handles the platforming as Mario, while the second player takes control of Cappy, Mario's sentient hat with magical abilities. This innovation opened up a new gaming experience, catering to different skill levels and preferences. The co-op dynamic is especially beneficial in challenging scenarios, such as collecting elusive purple coins and uncovering hidden stars, where teamwork enhances the overall enjoyment of the game. It's not an equal experience for both players, but if you have the right partner with you, Cappy can really help Mario out. It does make for one of my favorite co-op assist modes in any game. River City Ransom Underground serves as a direct sequel to the classic NES game, revisiting a city plagued by gangs nearly 40 years later. Staying true to the original's formula, it combines beat-em-up and RPG elements, requiring players to defeat enemies for both survival and character progression. The addition of new characters with distinct playstyles and the incorporation of 4-player co-op mode enhance the overall experience. The game maintains a humorous tone, with witty references and dialogue reminiscent of the NES classic. River City Ransom Underground successfully revitalizes the beloved franchise with updated visuals and an engaging beat-em-up gameplay. This game came out exclusively on PC, via Steam and GOG. Unfortunately, it has never been ported to home consoles, but it is one of the best modern beat-em-ups. The same year, we got River City Rival Showdown for the 3DS, a sequel to River City Tokyo Rumble. It offers a refined and enjoyable beat-em-up experience. In this game, you control Kunio-kun, tasked with defending your turf against powerful twin brothers. You have 3 days to prepare, engaging in open world and RPG elements, taking on thugs, eating at restaurants, and upgrading your character. The combat, while simple, is satisfying, and as you level up, you unlock new abilities. However, the game suffers from uneven difficulty spikes, leading to pacing issues. The presentation with 2D sprites on a photorealistic backdrop is serviceable, but lacks detail, while the soundtrack complements the action. Despite some flaws, River City Rival Showdown is a worthwhile beat-em-up experience, but it's not as good as River City Ransom Underground. Sonic Mania is a nostalgic return to Sonic the Hedgehog's 2D platforming roots, channeling the spirit of the 16-bit classics. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles embark on a journey through 12 zones. The game impresses with vibrant visuals, detailed backgrounds, and catchy music. Gameplay shines with responsive controls, intricate stages, hidden secrets, and engaging hazards, though some special levels have visibility and collision issues. Much like Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and 3, Tails is a great assist character, and he can help fly Sonic around as well as take on the bosses. But other than that, it has the same issue where he just kind of gets left in the dust at times. So it's not the best co-op experience, but if you're used to playing the classics, you'll get the hang of it pretty quick. Double Dragon 4 takes players back to the beat-em-up genre's heyday, following in the footsteps of its predecessors that helped define the genre. Billy and Jimmy on a mission to save Mariam, offering a straightforward but enjoyable storyline with colorful cutscenes. The gameplay provides solid beat-em-up action with various moves and combos. The addition of NES-style platforming adds variety to the gameplay, but it's just as frustrating as the NES games, especially with instant death obstacles. The game offers anti-frustration features like stage selection, where you can pick up from where you left off. Just like any good Double Dragon game, you can play the game in local multiplayer. Visually, the combination of 8 and 16-bit graphics works well, and the soundtrack, available in both chiptune and modern styles, provides excellent beat-em-up music. While Double Dragon 4 is not the best in the series, it's much better than people gave it credit for. Phantom Trigger is a neon slasher with RPG and roguelike elements that combines challenging gameplay and an intriguing narrative. Players navigate 2 parallel realities, beginning with Stan's story before shifting to control the Outsider in a mysterious alternate universe. The game features hub areas, character interactions, and portal missions to defeat bosses from different worlds. Combat involves mastering enemy patterns, weapon upgrades, and occasional puzzles. However, the game falls short due to repetition with limited enemy variety and similar worlds. Nonetheless, its storytelling and atmospheric elements shine, leaving players with unanswered questions. It's a pretty decent dungeon crawler that I think went under a number of people's radar, and it's made better with its co-op gameplay. Snipperclips Cut It Out Together is an excellent and clever 2D physics-based puzzle game that thrives on creativity and cooperation. It challenges players to solve a variety of eccentric puzzles by cutting their characters into shapes that can interact with the environment in unexpected ways. Whether played solo or with friends, the game's puzzles are a constant source of joy, with no single correct solution, encouraging experimentation and inventive problem solving. The game's colorful and silly art style, along with its quirky characters, adds to the overall charm. While competitive modes offer some additional fun, they are secondary to the cooperative puzzle-solving experience. Despite the relatively short playtime, Snipperclips leaves players eagerly anticipating more bizarre challenges, making it a must-play title for Nintendo Switch owners. Ruin of the Reckless is a fast-paced roguelite that thrives on its challenging speed and pressure-packed gameplay. In this game, death is quick and unforgiving, making every mistake or moment inattentiveness a potential run-ender. The core of the gameplay revolves around melee combat, with players facing hordes of enemies, each with unique attack styles and mechanics. The relentless action, combined with limited health and invincibility time, creates a tense and exhilarating roguelike experience. The game's high-speed dash mechanic adds a layer of strategy and allows players to evade danger effectively. Ruin of the Reckless also offers a wide variety of equipment and items that can drastically change gameplay, encouraging experimentation and replayability. However, the rapid pace and lack of information about item effects may overwhelm new players initially. Overall, Ruin of the Reckless offers frantic fun. It's a co-op roguelite that doesn't get talked about enough. Blaster Master Zero, a reimagining of the 1988 classic, offers a fun Metroidvania-style exploration experience with a unique twist. Players can switch control between the tank, Sophia III, and the character Jason. This dynamic gameplay adds variety, with Jason being more vulnerable but capable of accessing areas blocked to the tank. The game shines in its side-scrolling hub worlds, rewarding exploration with upgrades in hidden areas. Dungeon doors exclusive to Jason transform the game into a top-down shooter, where he becomes a powerful mutant hunter. The game has a really good assist mode where the second player controls the cursor and is able to increase the firepower and assist in fights. Cowlitz Gamer's second adventure, like the name implies, is a sequel to the original Cowlitz Gamer's adventure. It's a platformer where you play as a girl named Kaylee, who's trying to first traverse a mine and then ascend a tower. Along the way, you collect treasures and avoid enemies. The goal is to just get from one screen to the next and eventually get to the top of the tower. It's a pretty simple single-screen platformer, but the music is excellent and the gameplay is solid. And of course, it's made even better in co-op. This is a brand new game for the NES, and it was done really well. Death Squared, developed by SMG Studios, offers a cooperative environmental puzzle experience on the Nintendo Switch, aligning perfectly with the system's emphasis on multiplayer gameplay. Players control 2 blocky robots across 80 trap-filled stages, using lateral thinking and teamwork to navigate the challenges. The game is designed for both solo and cooperative play, with players controlling both robots individually when playing solo. The controls are straightforward, requiring minimal buttons, which adds to the accessibility. Its concise design and thematic cohesiveness contribute to a satisfying puzzle-solving experience, and its snarky and humorous narrative provides entertainment during both success and failure. The game's challenging nature and witty dialogue make it a worthwhile addition to the cooperative puzzle genre. Cuphead was developed by studio MDHR Entertainment. It combines 1930s cartoon aesthetics with run-and-gun action, reminiscent of classics like Mega Man, while eliminating the drawbacks of old-school games and cartoons. The game's boss fights teach players ideal strategies through trial and error, emphasizing consistency and patience over raw skill. Parrying is an accessible and forgiving mechanic, and loadout options allow experimentation for optimal boss battle strategies. However, the final boss fights are exceptionally challenging, and some visibility issues in the game's art design affect gameplay. If you're able to find a skilled enough partner, playing through this game in co-op mode is one of the most satisfying experiences you'll ever have in a video game. Fight and Rage pays homage to classic arcade brawlers like Final Fight and Streets of Rage, while delivering a surprisingly deep and sophisticated beat-em-up experience. Developed entirely by Sebastian Garcia, the game offers 3 characters with straightforward controls, but unfolds into a complex combat system, combining directional grab attacks, ground and aerial arts, and special moves. Players discover the game's depth through experimentation and an unlockable tutorial. Fight and Rage boasts a well-designed mix of enemies, requiring strategy and skill to defeat them. You can play through the game in 3-player co-op. Its rhythm-based combat, special move cooldowns, and parrying mechanics elevate the experience, making it more than a simple button masher. The boss battles shine with exploitable weaknesses, and the game's branching paths and multiple endings add replayability. Fight and Rage is another one of the best modern beat-em-ups that you can find. Divinity: Original Sin 2 is a critically acclaimed role-playing game set in the fantasy world of Rebellion. Players assume the role of sorcerers with the power to manipulate Source, leading to morally complex choices and a gripping narrative. The game's turn-based combat, character customization, and extensive quest design provide a deep and immersive experience. Original Sin 2 continues the excellent co-op RPG gameplay of its predecessor and improves upon it in many ways. Overall, Divinity: Original Sin 2 is hailed as one of the finest RPGs in recent years, delivering a rich and captivating world for players to explore and shape through their decisions. Cave Story Plus made its way to the Nintendo Switch, offering a port of the beloved indie classic, originally released in 2004. The Switch version retains its charm with remastered music options and updated graphics. Players assume the role of, quote, a robot tasked with stopping an evil doctor from exploiting the native creatures. The game impresses with tight controls, fantastic level design, and well-paced narrative. Multiple endings and replayability, along with a challenge mode and the addition of a 2-player co-op mode, make Cave Story Plus a must-play for fans of Metroidvanias. I Am the Hero is a retro-style beat-em-up game. The game offers classic beat-em-up action with simple controls, combat moves, and unlockable special abilities. While it lacks some common features like weapon pickups and power-ups, and features fairly generic levels, it compensates with its 2.5D pixelated visuals and the inclusion of local co-op gameplay. With solid gameplay and a bit of challenge, I Am the Hero is an enjoyable choice for retro gaming enthusiasts and beat-em-up fans, offering a satisfying experience for those looking to relive the classic arcade era. Nex Machina is a top-down shooter that offers a simple yet thrilling experience with its fast-paced twin-stick action gameplay. Divided into 5 stages, the game challenges players to defeat waves of robotic enemies, while optionally rescuing defenseless humans for score boosts. The power-up system adds excitement, allowing players to enhance their abilities as they progress. However, the game's penalty for death, involving losing power-ups and facing challenging situations with limited resources, can be frustrating. Despite this, Nex Machina shines with its captivating art, dynamic soundtrack, and precise controls. The variety of challenges, especially in the arena mode, offer replay value. The game's short length, with its addicting gameplay, make for a really great pick-up-and-play co-op experience. Ship Happens is a 2D cooperative puzzle platformer featuring Bismo and Plum, 2 jelly creatures with contrasting sizes. Players must work together to solve puzzles, with one character always being small and the other large, allowing for unique mechanics like throwing objects and teamwork-based challenges. The game rewards patience and collaboration, offering a rewarding experience for those who enjoy cooperative play. While the characters may seem generic initially, they develop enjoyable personalities over time, and the game's environments, while somewhat simple, have a charming appeal. The music is reminiscent of classic games like Spyro the Dragon. Shift Happens provides ample replay value with collectibles, challenging bonus stages, and time attack modes. However, the solo experience can be tedious, and the finicky controls may lead to frustrating moments, especially during complex puzzles. Despite these issues, Shift Happens shows promise as an enjoyable cooperative puzzle platformer. LEGO City Undercover, originally released for the Wii U in 2013, has been reintroduced to a wider audience, first on the Nintendo Switch in 2017, and then later ported to other consoles. The game maintains its status as a humorous take on police procedurals, set in an open world resembling Grand Theft Auto for kids, complete with enjoyable side missions and collectibles. The most significant change is the addition of local 2-player co-op. The second player essentially plays as a palette-swapped version of the main character, and doesn't have specific co-op missions or activities. Nevertheless, the co-op feature enhances the overall experience. 20XX is a game that clearly takes inspiration from Mega Man X, featuring 2 core protagonists, Nina and Ace, who control intuitively with a variety of dash, wall jump, and attack combinations. The levels are procedurally generated, introducing new challenges and obstacles with each playthrough. While this randomness works for the most part, it can occasionally feel unfair, leading to frustrating moments. Dying is a central part of the game, as you collect soul chips during each run to purchase permanent upgrades and single-use buffs in the hub world. The boss battles provide a mixed experience, with some offering complex strategies, and others relying on cheap tricks. Despite its flaws, 20XX is an engaging side-scrolling adventure, with strong replay value, especially in co-op mode. So those are some of the co-op games from 2017. What games did we miss? And if you enjoyed this video, check out our video from last week, where we talked about the co-op games of 2016. Thanks for watching.